need a high-end designer or a lot of money to get a luxe look. Be your own interior designer.
This is Affordable Interior Design, the podcast.
Here's your host, Betsy Helmuth.
My first question this week has come in from Cara. And Cara writes, "Hi, Betsy. As always, thank you for your amazing podcast." By the way, she's writing from Salt Lake City, Utah. My question is about chairs you can buy online. What is a good go-to source or two for high-quality chairs and upholstered armchairs? I haven't liked the quality of the ones I've experienced in Wayfair, Overstock, or Amazon, so I'd love your insight on finding chairs online that are shipped quickly and are great quality. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about it. I have two thoughts about chairs. Some chairs are very important and you need to be very comfortable and you need to be able to sit back, relax, read the New York Times, have coffee. It is the chair. Whether it's the chair and a half that you snuggle with one of your kids and read a book in, whether it's that Sunday paper snuggling up, which I do, with a cup of coffee and a chocolate croissant from Trader Joe's. Oh my gosh, if you haven't, run and go get those. They rival those of Paris. And I can say that with authority because I was just there. Or sometimes a side chair is just a cute object, is just sort of an accessory in the room. And that accessory in the room is meant for guests or just additional seating, but it's not really the primary seating in the space. So for me, those are the two types of chairs, armchairs, that is. When we're looking for that very important chair, New York Times, cuddling with kids, the recliner to watch all your shows. When it's that very important comfort chair, I would not order it at an online-only store. I would go somewhere where I could actually sit and experience this chair in person. My favorite go-tos for chairs are Room and Board and Crate and Barrel. They are a little bit pricier, and I totally understand people's hesitations, but you've told me by selecting armchair option A that this is a very important piece in your room and you want to be super comfortable. And I would personally never buy a sofa without sitting on it. So I'm also not going to buy a very important armchair without sitting on it. If it's more column B, and this is decorative and pretty and maybe a conversation piece, but really it's not going to be always lived in. I love TOV furniture, T-O-V furniture. Of course, you can spend a little bit less. And so TOV has great prices. A lot of their stuff is sold at Anthropologie for a lot more. So that's why I love going directly to the source and going to TOV furniture. Additionally, I do love Anthropologie's armchairs. They are pricey, but they are not always super comfortable. But they are those conversation pieces that you can just look at while you're seated on the sofa. The other place I would go to, depends what kind of statement I'm trying to make with these chairs. I mean, West Elm has pretty good chairs. I don't love their sofas, but I do really like their chairs. I've had good experiences. And I also think if you're willing to just kind of take your shot, Grandin Road is really nice. I like their quality. Of course, you can't sit on that in person, but if your armchair option B, I think I would look there because they have really good prices and I think good quality for the prices. So that gives you a few places to get started, Cara. Please let me know what you wind up with. I'd love to hear what you ultimately buy. A big thank you to Aton and the Embassy who wrote our theme song. A shout out to Catherine Heller who owns the podcast shop and is our editor extraordinaire. We also want to thank Ginny Sunasan and her team at the Savvy Podcast Agency for their help with our social, our YouTube channel, and so much more. We also want to thank Uploft, which is our parent company who supports this podcast. And lastly, we owe a huge debt of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for tuning in and for all your support.